Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Kat and this is Librophiliac Knits. I should really rename this sucker because my knitting mojo is lost. I am here today to talk to you a little bit about what I've been up to lately on my fiber journey. It has been here, there, and everywhere sort of time. It is June in Minnesota and we just got some of the blowback from the wildfires in Canada, I think, because the air quality is like apocalyptic. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know that we were expecting any of this. And yeah, it looks like there is a fire somewhere in the world. So it's like a little bit cloudy, a little bit orange. Why am I talking about the weather? I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm Minnesotan. I wanted to talk to you today. I keep looking at it and I'm going to show it to you because there's just so much. It has been a time, my friends. The last I spoke to you, I went to look, you can kind of see what's up over there, but the last I spoke to you, I went to a fiber festival with my family and friends, and I came back just brimming with wool, and I have been on a mission washing wool and sorting wool and carding wool and spinning and just all over the place. And so I brought in some of the fruits of my labor to show you what I've been up to. I have more projects in the works. They are ongoing, so I'm going to leave that out for now. But first I'm going to talk to you about what I'm wearing, because I'm probably going to have to take it off. It is very warm. This is the Hitofude cardigan, and I made it so many years ago that I absolutely have no idea what the name of the designer is. It is a pattern that I was especially fascinated by because of the construction. I don't know if I've talked about it before. If I have, I'm sorry. I just wanted to wear something cute and springy, summery, and this fits the bill. I think this is the only time I've ever made a fingering weight sweater in my life. I don't know if you can see this seam right here. The cast on edge is actually this right here, and then all the way along and across and over to here. And it's cast on with a provisional edge, and then you knit in this super easy and very memorizable lace pattern. And it's supposed to have flowing drapey sleeves that sort of resemble a kimono, but as you can see, number one, I made this years ago and I have grown. And number two, I never blocked it. I never blocked it. I don't block. Other people don't gauge so much. I don't block much. And I think even if I were to block it, I am going to discover that, you know, I can't stretch it that far. But I don't mind it being a little bit more close fitting. And as you can see, the lace is still apparent because it stretches onto my arm. I might make this again. It was such a lovely pattern. And I loved when I bought it originally, it was in yen. I had never purchased anything in yen directly before, so that made me feel very like worldly and cool, and I really enjoyed it. But the thing that I loved about this particular pattern was the construction of it. So you make a giant rectangle, and then you rip back the provisional cast on, pick up all those stitches, and you do a 3 needle bind off to make the sleeve. And over here, sleeve number 2. And then from here, you know, this is all part of the original. I think from here, and again, it's been a long time, but maybe you make a little bit of an edge, but then it's just like increasing to make the pattern. And let me see if I had to Don't ignore that. You increase so that you get this lovely drape and flow. And yeah, as you can see, super simple, gorgeous lace. And the yarn that I'm using is Neighborhood Fiber Co. And it is a cashmere blend, so I am dying right now. But I had to wear this pin. Look at, my mom gave me this when I was like 8 or 9. And it's a ballerina and she's so pretty. I don't have a shawl pin. This would be an ideal moment for a shawl pin or a button, and I don't have any of those things right now, so I just did my best. Yeah, whatever. I think I gotta actually take this off. It's so pretty, and I can't, I'm gonna pause and just, I didn't want to look naked on the podcast, but it's too hot. I can't, guys. I'm sorry. But then you can see even the inside of this is really fun because you get these little stripes. So like inside out would be good too. Anyway, I made this years ago and I still absolutely love it. And I might block it this year and see if that makes it even more accessible for me to wear, because I just had to struggle to get it out of the sleeves because they're a little tight. So what do I want to talk to you about first? I think the wool washing I've been doing has been going pretty well. I've been doing it in small batches, so I'm gonna tilt here so we can see what I've been up to, because it's excessive. And so I think, despite having brought bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of it, I will just break it down to this bucket right here is a good sample of everybody. So this is the BFL that I purchased at the Fiber Festival. This is some of the, is it? Oh, goody. This is when I have problems. I think that I'm going to remember, and then I don't remember. This is not. This is some of the mystery white fiber that I've had for years that I forgot about. This is, I believe, CVM from my original purchase of festival wool many years ago. And I am not even halfway done washing that fleece, so I don't know why I bought more. It was this other bag over here that is the, okay, yeah. There's got to be a better way to do this. The CVM, no. I have totally lost the train of my whole flow here. Okay, this bag is the Merino Katahdin blend that I received as a free gift with friendship from a dear friend of mine and former roller derby teammate who has a farm and is now a shepherdess and shearer of sheep. And she got me in touch with a friend who was going to get rid of this, or like throw it out if I didn't want it. So I said, yeah, I'll take it. As you can plainly see, The drying process, this is from my trees. The drying process has added some detritus instead of cleaning everything up. It's not perfect. I brought in some examples of the dirty fleece too. So like, here's the BFL prior to getting, and as the notes told me, in which I didn't really get a chance to read because I showed up in the last 3 minutes to bid on something, anything, and I just gravitated towards this lovely dark gray. But it turns out they're kind of short, the staples. But they are spinning up well. I'm not sad about that part. Here is some of it washed, also very short. And then I have been, here, I've got it in my lap. Well, here's the raw, I think it's CVM. I swear, I don't remember. And then here's, maybe it's the Shropshire. I can't remember. I never can remember. This is just I should rename this podcast to, I almost remember what the heck I'm talking about. So this is some of the BFL. I've been carding it. And then once carded, I have just been using a pair of old straight needles to pull the wool off into Rolags, ponies, Rolags, pencil Rolags, I don't know, call it whatever the heck you want. I'm pulling the wool off the combs in whatever fashion I can get away with to make something more spinnable. And look at this. I have been, well, this is the only other thing I have to show you. I've been going a little bit crazy with it. So this whole basket is full of them. And I've really been having a wonderful time because it's so simple. It doesn't require any real thought. And then this has been my little spinning project basket. I just finished my first fully formed, only spun with a drop spindle, that Turkish spindle right there, turtle of yarn. So this is 2-ply BFL. And it's this lovely gray black. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to have to make a lot more of these. I also think I got a little impatient. I could have kept going and made more before I applied it, but I'm really happy with it as a first attempt. I should technically now take it off of there and put it on a nitty knotty and like thwack it, get it wet, thwack it. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of finished yarns that need to be thwacked, I finally finished my silk spin. This was the other bobbin. It needed to be spun. I needed to spin another bobbin of the white to ply with the silk blend. And I finally did it. And then as I was applying this on my wheel, I realized that I still didn't have enough. I used up all the rest of it and I had run out. And so I was did I bring it? No. I was using one of my supported spindles with some more of the Rolags that I've made in a white yarn, and I realized that even though it was going to be considerably thinner, so like the very end of this, if all of this is like a sport weight, at the end, there we go, at the very end, it's going to be closer to like a fingering or maybe even a lace weight comparatively. You can see the difference. Big fat ones over here, big little skinny ones over here. So the supported spindle spinning was much finer than what I had produced with my wheel. But I'm here for it. We'll see what happens. I think it'll be either it'll have like an airy, if I knit it all with the same needle size, then some of it is going to be like a fabric where it's all filled in, and some of it's going to have kind of holes, and I think that might look really interesting. I wanted to use this yarn originally to make a sweater. I had the other bit of it all balled up, and I was planning to do kind of a color block sweater situation. That was what I was thinking of doing for myself. I don't have a pattern in mind. I think I'm just gonna wing it because I enjoy doing that. I love a crew neck. Well, it goes either way. I love a crew neck sweater and I love a cardigan. And either one of those options as a big color block project where this would be the top and then just a solid color of lavender and then a solid color of like eggplant would be my three color blocks. It might not work out the way that I think it will. I should really try to like swatch it and see if I like how that looks together. I think it could be great. I might do the Stephen West lazy swatch where you just wrap the yarn around something and then wrap the next color and then wrap the color after that, and so that you can see the three types of yarn together and see if it really does what I'm expecting it to for my brain. So then what else do I want to talk to you about? So that is the majority of the insane wool sidetrack that I've been on, and I'm having so much fun doing it. I don't know, I haven't really had a knitting mojo, and of course I'm so smart. I was so thrilled to be done with that sweater. I should have realized that I need some time off after finishing the Gib 2 sweater by Andrea Mowry for the March to May knit along. One of those things about following popular knitters and Instagram people and like what YouTube personalities, not me, obviously. I'm not, I don't have a big group of people to do stuff with. That's why you want to do a knit along with me? Cool, I didn't set one up. Is that it's endless. Like there is just, I tried to actually write it out. Like these are the things that I should plan for in my calendar. And one of them is the Mystery Knit Along with Stephen West, which I usually try to do in October because it's right for my birthday. And the March to May worked out really well because I was working on that sweater anyway. And I was like, heck yeah, I want to finish the sweater like I have a deadline. So that was really what that was about. But then I signed up for a test knit. And I've been treating it like a secret test knit. It's not. She wants us to, to share it. And it's about to be released and it's gorgeous. And I am so far behind that I thought I had been kicked off. Turns out, no, I haven't. But so the pattern is a romper and it's called the Navigo. It's by Lima Knits. Patricia is a Portuguese knitter and she put out a test call and I responded. So a lucky few got yarn support for this test knit. I was not one of those. And so I think I talked a little bit about like, that was where the trouble started. I ordered some yarn that I was expecting to use for the test knit and then I couldn't reach gauge no matter what I did, and it became a non-starter. So then I sort of accidentally realized that the other project that I was working on that was using True Boo, which is a pretty commercial yarn with some bamboo in it, would work for this, that the gauge was the swat, or you know, my personal design of a tank top that I have been working on using True Boo had the right gauge. And I was like, oh, well then but then of course I didn't have enough yarn. So I broke my no buy, low buy, you know, it was still May and I had given up on May. I'm actually almost back to zero with the amount of yarn that I had gotten rid of because of finishing a couple of sweaters. And now I'm right back into the same because I've bought 2 or 3 sweater quantities at this point in order to do the things that I wanted to do. So I purchased some more of the yarn that I wanted to use and I got started on it, but other people have finished already and I am nowhere near finished. And let me just grab it and I'll show you what I've got here. So this is my, I'm calling it the cable drape because it starts with a cable and then it drapes down onto, and look, it's gonna be like I'm naked. Hello. I haven't been working on that, but that was what made me realize that I had the right gauge already. But my Navigo romper, so far it's a bottom up construction, and it looks like it's going to be super cute. And I have these beautiful shorts, and as I was telling my friends on the Discord, I have a derby butt. It's made for blocking, not for fitting in. And so I can't even, like, I put these on my waist yarn, my pseudo barber cords that I got for like $2, instead of paying for the official version. And I can't even get it over my butt yet. So right now I'm most of the way done with shorts. And the idea is that eventually this is like a tank top romper. And for me, the size medium on the top would work, and the size large on the bottom would work. And in the meantime, the waist shaping for either of those, I think, is going to be too small for me. I mean, I guess it could just be negative ease. Hopefully just where my waist is. Or else I'm just going to have to figure it out as I go along. Since I've basically failed as a test knitter in this context, I'm just sort of pottering along. And as you can see, I have been procrastinating real hard by enjoying my wool processing instead, and a little bit of spinning. And 2 days ago now, I'm gonna drop stitches, aren't I? 2 days ago now, I started just crocheting for no particular reason, because I wanted to. Because actually, that's not true. Because this yarn is so fun and I love this stitch. I cannot get enough of this stitch. Look at this. I don't know, is it a linen stitch? It's basically a single crochet and then a skip. Like chain one, skip, single crochet, repeat forever. But with a, what do you call this, variegated? Sorry, I'm picking that up. I got this out of the clearance bin for like $1.25 at a big box store. It's acrylic baby yarn. I don't remember what it's called. I lost the button band and I don't care. I just like the colors. I will also insert the thing that got me started with using this yarn, which is that I made a coworker of mine a present for her baby, and I free-handed a tank top out of this yarn for the rhino toy that I made. I am a huge fan of Dot Pebbles toy patterns, and sometimes she gives them away for free and sometimes she sells them, and I think it's like a, you know, on Fridays, the first Friday of the month or something, she'll give away free stuff, and they're so stinking cute. And I have now made 3 or 4 of them, and I love them all. And I, you know, my Ravelry favorites, like if you look at the tag for toys, it's probably 50% her stuff. They're so cute. So anyway, just freehanding that made me realize that I wanted to play with this some more, and this stitch pattern especially is, I don't know, I've got it bad for this, and it's fun. And right now I have a belt. I'm thinking baby blanket, like maybe I will give it to the same coworker for her baby, or maybe I will, I don't know, use it as a cat nap spot blanket, or because my cats are always nesting in places that they shouldn't. So if I can throw something washable on top of the place that they are, you know, like I'll find bins or laundry baskets or pillows or things that are just like cat hair central, thanks to the joys of them finding a spot to nap and using it as often as possible. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I'm having a good time. It's been warm, so we've been doing a fair amount of like being outside and you know, yard work stuff, and just trying to get into the swing of summer. figuring out a family vacation. That's going to be really fun. There might even be a yarn store in it for me. I think I'm actually going to return some of the excess of the True. I got some that I didn't need, like 4 skeins of this gorgeous olive green color, and I have buyer's remorse. I mean, I totally could use it, but why not give it back and have that money instead and use that money for something I'm more excited about? We'll see. Meanwhile, I have scads and scads and scads of stuff to play with, and I don't need to purchase anything, like, ever again, except food. Yeah. What about you guys? What have you been up to? I've been reading smutty books lately, so I think maybe I won't talk about that. I don't know if you go through periods of, you know, reading cerebral, intelligent stuff. Oh, actually, I did just finish an Agatha Christie novel, but I before that had been listening to a biography of Agatha Christie, and the author read it aloud for the audiobook, and she had the cutest lisp. Christie, I can't do what she did, but you know who else has the lisp? So I wonder lisp. It's the guy who performs the wedding ceremony in The Princess Bride. Marriage is what brings us together today. That accent or lisp or whatever it is, hers is like a smaller version of that, and so it pleased me to no end to listen to her talk about a Christie Twick. It was great. I'm not supposed to call out lisps. My partner has is a recovering lisper, and he still has a lot of baggage around that, and I think it's adorable when he lisps, but you know, people don't see their own foibles the same way. It's like when I start editing these videos, I think I talk so slow and that I'm so boring. So hopefully you don't feel that way since you're here. I'm trying to come and speak to you a little bit more frequently, since I took like a 2-month hiatus for no good reason, and then I had some guilt. Not that like I have to feel bad if I don't show up, but just that like I do want to do this, so why did I not do it? So just do it. And it makes me feel better when I do. What else have I got going on? I have started to spin some of the bats of wool that I showed you that I created for myself, and I don't know how hot it's going. You know, it's okay. Some of the wool is nicer than others, and I might have sort of, oh, here we go, hang on. I might have overpacked the drum carder, and that may be contributing to my troubles. Like, I almost have to split it. Not only am I splitting into strips, but then also like splitting each of those strips in half, and then it seems to spin up a little bit easier, but it's real sticky, and so I'm kind of like ripping it apart, and it's not, I don't know, I'm still holding on. It's not easy going, you know, when it's like combed top, it just slides past each other, and it's so easy, and this is like sticky. It might be better for woolen spinning that I'm not very good at yet, like I haven't figured out how to do, or maybe if I'm trying to spin it a little bit thicker, so that it's going to be some thick then, because sometimes I forget and it gets down to like 3 little tiny strands of wool together. But I actually put googly eyes on my phone so that I would look at the googly eyes and talk to them, and it's not working. I'm watching the birds, I keep looking at the floor. This is just how I talk. I don't make good eye contact while talking. In fact, when people in my past have tried to make excellent eye contact while talking to me, sometimes it's so distracting that I lose the thread of the conversation just because of the eye contact. But I'm looking at these googly eyes right now like, it's a disaster. I'm having so much fun. Are you guys having fun? What else did I want to talk to you about? I swear there was something. It's been knitting and knitting and knitting. No. It's been wool prep and washing, spinning, knitting, crochet, reading. That's plenty of things that I've spoken of. It's really hard to exist as a human and like put yourself out there, isn't it? As an adult, as a kid, I just didn't know to care, and I embarrassed myself a lot. And as an adult, I'm a lot more self-contained, and some of it just feels like self-judgment, and I don't want to do that. Do you want to do that? Do you do that to yourself? I'm trying to be self-aware, and I'm trying to be kind to the world, not just to my own way of being or methods of thought, but also to other people's ways of being and methods of thought. Could be totally different than mine. So I hope you understand when I have trouble, when I edit harshly, it's because I'm here judging myself, and I am hoping to sort of cut out anything that might mislead you into thinking that I'm a heartless asshole or something. I don't know. That's yeah. On that note, I think that's more than enough, my friends. It has been lovely chit-chatting with you today. I hope that you are enjoying this, and that you are finding ways to enjoy yourself in whatever you have been doing, making, or taking some time off from making, enjoying the hot weather, or hiding from the hot weather, or living in the southern hemisphere and sliding into the winter. Anything. I hope you're well. Thanks for watching me. Do all the YouTube stuff if you're so inclined. Bye.